If you're watching this video, I bet we have something in common. Like me, I bet that you have very distant yet warm memories while listening to this song. Danny by C418. The memories, though, feel far away, colored in a saturated hue. Regardless of how distant and almost unattainable this feeling and those memories might be, they strangely feel right at our side, as if they were in a pool of water near us, but grasping for air. In my youth, I played who knows how many hours of Minecraft, and I spent probably the same amount of time watching YouTubers play the game as well. I inevitably grew older, and Minecraft never really left me. I've played mod packs with friends on servers and even my own single-player worlds well into my early 20s. But the game has changed, literally and figuratively. Now there's sniffers, a darker color scheme, hunger, and a new sound that plays when you take damage. But beyond all of the changes and updates, I suppose I've also changed. I no longer get too afraid to go out into the night. I no longer lose my mind when I lose good gear in a pit of lava. I no longer scream when I find diamonds. I love the game, but it will never be the way it was back when I first played it in 2012. This strange feeling is almost unnatural. In real life, you can never go back. That old lot that you and your friends used to ride around on bikes after school got purchased and converted into a neighborhood. Sure, you can go there and recognize some things, but with time, the world has changed. It will never be that empty lot again. Minecraft, though, remains. The houses I built are still there. My pet dog is still there. My old favorite YouTube videos are still there, and with a click of a button, I can view the beginning moments of Reigniting or the first survival games again, as if it were happening now. But it isn't happening now, and those houses were built by a different version of myself, and a child tamed that dog years ago, and I've forgotten its name. This longing, or sadness, or whatever you may call it, is something we all know well, something which no matter how hard we try, we often fail to describe. And sometimes, like me, I bet you want to go back. Earlier this month, I was looking for something new to play, as always, and stumbled upon what at first glance I assumed to be a Minecraft clone. Vintage Story. I watched a video showcasing the game, and I got curious. I sat through one, then two more videos, and suddenly I was spending $22. I got started in a new world, and although it looked like Minecraft, I was very unfamiliar with the land. Survival was challenging, and I wasn't punching trees and looking for iron. So after playing for about 2 hours, I ceased to notice any more similarities to Minecraft, and just began enjoying the new experience. Once I fell into things, I did start experiencing deja vu occasionally, though. Whilst seeing certain terrain generation in the horizon, I'd catch shadow glimpses of Minecraft worlds that I haven't visited in years. And while placing blocks in certain formations, like building dirt houses, I realized I was building the same way I always used to. I began remembering things that I haven't thought about in years, like how my first house in a new world always tends to be stone around the base, and wooden logs set in each corner. This was strange because I've played Minecraft recently and I haven't thought like this before. I haven't remembered so much so fast, and I haven't felt this specific way. That strange fact stuck with me for a few days before I realized what was happening. As I mentioned a moment ago, Vintage Story is a very different experience than Minecraft. Comparing the two is like comparing a brick wall and drywall, both painted the same color and then saying that they're the same thing. You can't start playing Vintage Story the way that you play Minecraft. You'll lose a lot. In order to succeed in basically any way, you must learn the new rules of the game, get some experience with its mechanics, and test new ideas with an open mind. When you start catching on, you'll realize how deep the mechanics are. You'll catch on to new tricks that wouldn't work or even be applicable in Minecraft. But this video isn't necessarily about that. It's about what I realized when I discovered that. I realized what Minecraft has been missing all these years. Or rather, I suppose, what I have been missing all of these years. Discovery. Do you even remember what it felt like to learn the rules and mechanics of Minecraft? I sure don't. So much time has passed, and I feel like all of my memories seem to be focused on core experiences, rather than nitty-gritty stuff. But the time of my life when I really loved Minecraft was when I didn't know what was coming next in the game. When I didn't know what biomes were out there, and I didn't know that skeletons and zombies couldn't actually drag me down into caves. When I believed in Herobrine, and when I didn't know or even realize that a big rectangle made of oak planks was ugly and not very detailed. I know all of that now. I don't get excited to see a jungle biome for the first time. I instead set out to find one so that I can specifically find bamboo to make scaffolding. There's no magic in that. Nothing to make me stop and wonder. I don't have that experience with Vintage Story. The game is new. The mobs are still unknown to me and sometimes even scary. I find myself excited to explore new biomes that I didn't expect to be in the game. Mining is exciting again. I no longer know which resources are important to stock up on, and I don't even know if I have a good enough pickaxe to obtain those resources. Every goal that comes to mind doesn't immediately become my reality like a non-stop conveyor belt of what's next, because I need to stop and figure out how to make my ideas a reality. I need to figure out if they are even possible. Playing Vintage Story for this last week has been really fun, but also strange in a good way. Earlier, I compared Minecraft and Vintage Story to be two different types of wall that are very different but accomplish the same thing. When looking at these two different walls, at first glance, you might be tricked into thinking that they're exactly the same, and I suppose that's what happened in my subconscious. Playing something so visually similar to Minecraft while actually learning and trying out new ideas, and being creative in unique ways not limited to building, but in the very way I interact with the mechanics of the game themselves. Well, something must have clicked deep in the recesses of my mind. The part of me which remembers playing Minecraft as a kid simply emerged. I remembered old friends I somehow made on Xbox Live while playing, and I no longer have any way of contacting, and will probably never speak to them again. I remembered the tutorial world on Xbox, rebuilding that old worn-down house that you would spawn next to, and I even remembered the first time I saw a creeper. It was staring at me from outside a window as I hid in one of the houses in the village just below the big Minecraft sign. My friend told me it was a creeper, and that name terrified me. I thought that he might just watch me forever and stalk me. I didn't know what would happen. I not only remembered things about the game, though, but also my old life, baseball practices, school, my old friends. I love Vintage Story. It is genuinely fun to play, and I haven't even made it past the Bronze Age, so I have so much more to discover. I know that it will be added to my list of favorite games just because of its gameplay, but I also love it because it accomplishes the same thing Minecraft once did for me, and I guess that extends to all of us. It made me wonder. It has almost reignited something inside of me. A kick, I suppose, to get back out there with wide eyes and look at the world as a ripe land of opportunity again.